I was invited to join The Crown in 2015 by Stephen Daldry and Peter Morgan, and we started this, super long 8-year journey. From my perspective, I always wanted to light it and frame it in a very realistic and objective sort of way. The color palette should be muted. Day interiors, the light should be always coming from the windows. Night interiors, mainly from practical sources. There's always a little bit of haze, because we don't want the Cinderella look. We don't want the super glossy period look. That was kind of consistent throughout 6 seasons.
Your Majesty.
Your Majesty.
Peter Morgan wanted to change the cast every 2 seasons. When I understood that, I think my first sort of idea was, what if I change my lenses every time the cast changes? So we did the first 2 seasons on Sony f55s and Cooke Pencros. They're now like 100 years old. And then season 3, I changed to the Zeiss Super Speeds, still vintage lenses. And season 4, I changed camera to the Sony Venice 1. So that was a kind of sensor upgrade for us. And then seasons 5 and 6, we shot on the Venices and the Cooke S4s. I know that's very subtle, but it was something for me to adjust to the period and to a new cast. There is always a different approach. I remember we used to do Claire's close-ups on 40 mils or 50 mil lenses, physically very close to the actors. And then for seasons 5 and 6, specifically for the first 4 episodes, because of the paparazzi nightmare around Diana, we chose to go a little bit more observational, to embrace even longer lenses and watch her life almost from a paparazzi perspective. You explore historical moments, but you also want to bring your own angle and your own perspective. You don't want to get overwhelmed by the historical accuracy, because it's not a documentary in any way, so you have to embrace a little bit of freedom. One of my goals is to deliver a free set for actors and my director, so it looks like it should look. And they love it, because, it's the opposite of having a lot of flags and stands and heads and, this crammed kind of set. I shot 28 episodes in total, including the first one and the very last one as well. And I specifically love Sleep, Dear Sleep, because it's my last episode and it was full circle for me and Steven. Also because it's the longest ever episode, is 70 minutes long. We shot for like more than 25 days, which is really unusual for a TV series episode.
I'll leave you to it.
There was a lot of discussion about 3 last shots, the 3 queens, and then you cut around, she walks away, and there's a frame within the frame, you see her walking away, and then you cut to the wide shot and she crosses the whole nave. So I think that's something we kind of agreed. So if these are the 3 last shots, how do we get there? The non-glamorous sort of approach was still very much present on the very last scene. I really remember saying, I don't think we need to exaggerate it. This is so beautiful. We just are, again, observers from a vantage point. And then the last shot for the last episode was the last shot we did for the series. And it was a single take.
And action.
Literally, The Crown changed my life. It really, changed everything for me. I now see many other shows that try to deliver the same sort of lighting quality. We've been very influential as well in terms of how you frame period dramas. So I'm really proud of what we did.